What's going on, guys? Kulprit here. Welcome to Mailbag, my series where I answer your questions pertaining to just about anything. Gaming, Battlefield, YouTube, personal, you name it. If it's an intriguing question, I think it'll make a good video. I will answer it as best I can. Now, today I have 3 questions, kind of lengthy, so I just kept it to 3. But they're good questions, ones I felt like would be fun to answer, and ones that I would like your thoughts. So make sure you post in the comments your ideas on these questions as well. If you have a question you'd like to see me answer, the best way to do that is to post that in the comments as well. Just kind of start the comments off with Mailbag. This way it'll grab my attention a little quicker, and I'll read them as I sit down to make the next episode. I go back to the previous episode's comments. I read all the comments in there. If you'd like to send something in anonymously, you can do it. Email, Twitter, YouTube messages is kind of unreliable, but I do check it from time to time. Just indicate that you would like to be anonymous, and that would be no problem at all. So let's cut right through to it. The first question is from Duets. Do you think EA has learned any lessons from Battlefield 4 and SimCity launches this year so that they are better prepared for the new IP Titanfall out next spring? Should they have more trust in the developers when they say they need to slip the production date? With pushing BF4 back to Christmas season release, could that have been less stock shock? I guess I cut it off there. Do I think? Yeah, I mean, I think they have to learn, right? But do I think it's going to make them push dates back? No, I probably don't. I think hopefully what it's going to get them to do is just more realistically set those dates initially. I think this whole notion with Battlefield 4 of the 2-week head start they had for Call of Duty, what does 2 weeks really do? I just don't think... I don't think the risk reward was there. Like, all right, they push it out early, which I guess they did. I don't know. It's up for them to say. Honestly, I don't know if pushing it back to Christmas would have really done it. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what was going on behind the scenes, but the idea of that they pushed everything as hard as they could to get a 2-week jump on COD Ghost, especially when you had the new consoles this year that were then going to follow behind like 2 or 3 weeks. Just seems silly to me. I think it probably would have been prudent of them to just say, you know what, let's chill out. Let's go with like a December 1st launch. That's why Call of Duty Ghost is out. Call of Duty Ghost is falling on its face. Obviously, that would have been best case scenario for them. And the new consoles are out. Everything's out. People have that. People are there. Now we will launch our game. Apologize for the phone if you heard that. But, I don't know. Maybe they thought if they buy the new consoles, they're going to be broke. They won't have money for these things. I don't know. I don't know what their thinking was. It just seemed a little weak to me. And obviously, this game could have used a little more time. Clearly, I just think they should be more realistic in the features they add and the timeline they initially set. And, hey, if the case is there's not enough time, there's always a little bit you can do there as far as increasing manpower, increasing resources. It's not just simply a time, factor. We can do other things here. So... do I think they're going to learn? Yeah. But do I think much is going to change? No. Obviously, if they push a release date back of a company like EA, their stock's going to take a hit. But we know that their stock took a hit because of all the problems they had with release. And I think that's probably the interesting in this whole thing is this whole, the lawsuits they're getting from their stakeholders. That is pretty telling, to be quite honest. I don't know that I've ever seen it. I don't follow these things that closely. But to get sued by your own stakeholders because you made misleading statements and things and basically, just kind of falsified, the impression of where the game and how good it was going to be. It's going to be weird how the court's going to delineate marketing from, kind of misinformation, but when your own stakeholders are suing you, that is not a good thing. So it's going to be interesting to see what comes of that, but I think there's going to be definite repercussions from something like that for sure, and people are going to have to change. I think even if not with us as the gamers, there is going to be more transparency somewhere between the stakeholders and the company. It might not be as publicized, but I think the information will be there to get if we want to, and obviously we know people would want to. So I think there will be more information next go around. But I don't know. I don't know if just one. Obviously we have SimCity, we have Medal of Honor, which is a nightmare. Obviously Battlefield 4 now. It's just release after release has just been bad, and it's not just an EA thing. Let's be fair. It's the current state of gaming. Building these complex games on so many different platforms. It's kind of rough. It's not an excuse, obviously, for them. They're trying to get the money from every platform. That's what they're trying to do. Obviously, they're not doing it out of the grace of their hearts. So. The greed is motivating, but they're falling short. So, do I think they'll learn? Yes. Do I think things will change? No, probably not. Thanks a lot, Jay, for the question. Question number 2 from the average noob. I'm not going to get into all the numbers there. Friday mailbag. Cobra, do you think they should add a mixed conquest game mode with 2 air flags, like air superiority, and 3 to 5 ground flags? I think 3 to 5 ground flags would be good, preventing air from dominating. What do you think? I've actually never thought about this. You're asking me. I hope you kind of know who I am. I'm a ground guy. I'm an infantry guy. So no, this wouldn't really. I wouldn't care for this. I don't tend to like game modes or even objective points like you're talking about that are inaccessible to any one type of person. You know, so obviously if you have flags up in the air, as an infantryman, I have no bearing on that. I can't do anything about that, and that's frustrating. I think it would be interesting, you know. I wouldn't mind, and we're going to go back here and maybe a Titan mode kind of thing where, you know, if you don't know, I never played it, but as far as I understand, Titan mode had an air objective, but infantry could get up there and be in this huge ship and attack. So maybe we could figure something like that out with ships or something. It's obviously all been talked about and rumored with Naval Assault or whatever that DLC is called. This is kind of intriguing. Maybe we need to flesh it out a little more, but I don't like the idea of me being an infantry guy fighting on my 3 to 4 conquest large kind of objectives, and then there just being 2 or 3 random objectives that I have no bearing on, and I'm relying on air superiority because we're assuming that the guys in the planes and jets and choppers are good, but we know that sometimes guys are learning. Sometimes guys are, and the fact that, you know, dominating air could then just have a huge advantage in the match. It would be really frustrating for me as an infantryman. So you're asking me, my perspective is from a ground pounder. Probably wouldn't be a game mode I play a lot. I wish this game was a lot better, like stable wise, because I'd say, yeah, that'd be cool, go for it. But no, I don't want to see resources going to this right now. I want to see it going to the core game. Again, intriguing idea. I think, honestly, I could see Battlefield heading in that direction eventually. They're going for this full-scale war, so I could see that happening. Intriguing, needs to be fleshed out more, but right now, no, I don't want to see that occur. But thank you very much for the question. Question number 3 is from my buddy Largy. Hey there, man. Hope all is getting better in your world. So here are some questions. I know you're a PC guy, but they say their new consoles only have about a 6-year lifespan. What do you think that will do for the market, and will that have an effect on PC markets? I'm going to just answer this right now, and then we'll finish it up. Yeah, things are doing better for me in my world. I'm moving forward, finding new normal, all those things. Thank you for asking. As far as, you know, the lifespan of the consoles and how that affects the market, I'm assuming he thinks, you know, gaming market, console market, and will that have an effect on PC markets? I'm going to first of all, PC. No, I don't think it'll have an effect on PC markets. PC markets are just going to keep plowing ahead like they always have been. I think the rumors of PC gaming being dead are clearly overblown. I don't see that at all. Obviously, I'm biased. I know that. But there's such a diverse experience on PC, and that I will never change. It doesn't mean I'm only going to be exclusively like PC and nothing else. No, I'll have a console eventually, but I will never give up PC, and so therefore I don't think the enthusiast market or whatever is going to go away. In fact, I think bigger games like Battlefields and things like this are only going to push that even more. You know, there's a big hubbub of Battlefield 3, how much hardware it sold and things. So I don't think the consoles have much effect on PCs, to be quite honest. A shorter lifespan on console, I guess it would make them more competitive, but then it also, you know, it makes you more competitive because you're not going to be so lagging behind with this old ancient Xbox 360 compared to my PC, but then it also is basically going to double what you're spending over 6 years, or I guess, you know, whatever, so that's going to make the PC much more competitive. If you got to chunk down $400 or $500 every 6 years, well, suddenly now my PC build looks a lot more, you know, a lot more value for what you get. So yeah, I don't know, it's gonna be interesting. I don't think they can go longer than 6 years. It's just not gonna stack up. It's just not. We saw what happened at the current gens, you know, in Battlefield 3 match to PC. I don't think it's smart. We'll see. Only time will tell, I guess. So the other thing is, with BF4 so broken right now, how much is enough to get players like yourself to give up on it? It's messed up, but it's my go-to game when it works. On Xbox One, have a good one. Guys like me, I'm not going to give up on it. I'm going to have to be kind of pushed away, and it's going to have to be a combo of push me away and some other big game just comes along. Might be Titanfall, that's what everybody's saying. Titanfall is not necessarily my genre of gaming. I'm watching it, I'm keeping my eyes open, keeping my mind open. I don't know if I see that as kind of the BF killer that a lot of other people do. I'm almost, if I had to guess, I would be saying I'm just going to kind of wait for Battlefield 4 to get fixed, and then I'm going to play that as if it's a new game. Whereas I'm probably gonna play Titanfall, but I just don't see that really dominating my time as far as like a Battlefield game does. It just, Battlefield fits me. It's like my interest. It engages me. But I think a lot of people already have moved on. You know, I think a lot of players have given up on it, or at least kind of taken a vacation or hiatus, wait and see, and they're going to check back in a new year. So I think 2 months now, that is way too long. Way too long. There's too many good games out there. I don't know what the console situation is, but on PC, you got Daisy, you got all kinds of really good games out there. It's just too long to be literally broken. We're not talking about laggy. We're not talking about maybe there's a couple OP weapons or things. We're talking about a broken game. So yeah, it's too long. People have clearly already given up on it. I can just look at my friends list and battle log and tell you that it clearly has. But guys like me, and like yourself, I know you well enough to say we're not going to get pushed away for a long time. And even then, I think we're always going to find, you know, our enjoyment in the game, and we'll probably be playing it for a while. Maybe possibly even until the next Battlefield installment, whatever that may be, as there's a lot of rumors flying, obviously. But thanks a lot, guys, for the questions. I did enjoy them. They were good questions. I'd like to hear your opinion, guys, in the comments. So post down below what you think of these questions, maybe some answers. And again, if you have any questions you want me to answer in next week's episodes, please post it down below, and I will answer them next week. Thanks a lot, guys. I will talk to you soon. Take care.